So how do you get a construction loan? What is the process? So lenders are going to loan you a percentage of the cost of the project these days. Back before 2009, they used to loan you on value. So that was a really attractive way, easy way to get into these deals. But now they loan you on a percentage of the actual cost of the land and the construction, or the appraised value, whichever is lower. So that's the key. If it comes in lower than what it costs you, they're going to loan you a percentage of that. So the banks are going to want a down payment for new construction, whether you're building a house, building a duplex, triplex, quad, multifamily, whatever it is. Now, that being said, if you own the land outright, or if you have a partner that owns the land outright, then there's a potential you could get 100% of the construction funding loaned to you without having to put any money in, if the land is owned 100% and it has a high enough value to offset the loan to cost. So if you are looking at a piece of property and you have a seller that wants to sell and you're trying to get in with little or no money down, you could always ask the seller to take a note on the land, and then you pay them when the project is done or refinanced, done and sold or done and refinanced. Or you could always bring them in as an equity partner in the deal. They throw in the land, you get the money for the construction, you pay them off when it sells. So there's a number of ways to structure that deal. The key to bank financing is you need to be packaged up tightly. You got to have strong financials, you got to have money in the bank, you've got to be qualified if you're borrowing the money as the builder, or you have to have a qualified, experienced general contractor. You got to have a complete financial package put together with your tax returns, balance sheet, showing all your assets and liabilities, net worth. You got to have cash. They're going to want to see cash reserves, and they're probably going to want you to put money on deposit with them. Banks are all about the deposit relationships, so a lot of times they will make that a condition of loaning you money. They want you to put money in their bank. Nothing wrong with that. That's just the way it rolls and the way they roll. Now, every bank is different. They all have different appetites, meaning some banks like to loan on construction and speculative development. Some banks do not. There are banks out there that specialize in construction funding. So you need to talk to all kinds of banks, all kinds of lenders, multiple banks, multiple lenders, because some, and different times. So some banks will loan on construction at different times than others. They might have a portfolio or a certain amount of money, and once it fills up, they stop lending. So you always have to shop it around, and you never know during any economic cycle or climate what the banks are thinking, what their balance sheet looks like, and what they're willing to do. So don't give up, keep at it, shop several, but make sure you're packaged correctly. The deal needs to be packaged, complete plan, specs, site plan, permits, if you have them, contracts from your builder, including you if it's your building company. It needs to be a separate entity from you as the owner developer. So you need to have it all packaged up tightly, the project packaged up tightly, all your numbers together, plans, specs, complete cost outline, detailed, and go in there looking like a pro. So it's not hard to get the money, it's just a process, and you got to find the right lender. So that is construction funding. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm happy to make videos to answer your questions and address topics.